Thank you for sharing. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now we stay in the region. In Iran, unrest over high inflation has turned deadly, with a man killed during protests in Kuh Dasht. The victim, 21-year-old Amir Hossam Khodayari Fard, was reportedly a member of Basij militia. The protests, which began on Sunday over inflation and a weakening currency, has intensified across the country. Iran's clerical rulers face mounting pressure amid 40% inflation and ongoing Western sanctions. While authorities have offered dialogue with union representatives, security forces have increased their presence on the streets. The Iranian rial has lost half of its value against the dollar in 2025, adding to the growing discontent. Now, for this discussion, we welcome back retired Major General Siddharth. He's a senior strategic and international affairs expert, joins us live from New Delhi. Thank you very much, Major General Siddharth, for staying with us. Now, looking at Iran, although Iran's protests seemed reportedly peaceful until yesterday, it has, increased in intensity, and now we already hear a man killed. What more can you tell us about this evolving issue in Iran, and how is this government dealing with the protests?
Asuma, great question.
Thank
And
you.
Iran as a country, it's to be understood, its psyche is to be understood from the historical perspective. It once upon a time is to be a global empire, is to be a global power, once upon a time, the Persian Empire. And now they live in an ideology and a conceptual framework and expectations of the historical predominance. So when I say this, that while today's situation in Iran is pretty, I would say, they are almost like hand to mouth. You see, the value of a dollar has plunged to 1.42 million reals. 1.42 million reals in just about 6 months, it has gone down by 56%. Okay, and the rate of inflation in a year and a half back, it had crossed 52, 54, 56, 57. Now it is down to 42.2%, if I am not wrong. And the food products have gone up, the rates have gone up by 72%. So, under these circumstances, when you compare the GDP, there are misleading informations between the global agencies, the World Bank, IMF. There are different figures. Somebody says 356 billion, some says it is 463, approximately around that. But we'll leave it at that. Just merely rate of inflation and the rise in food price and the value of real in comparison with the dollar. If you take these two three factors into consideration, the entire country is absolutely economically collapsed. It is unviable to run the country under these circumstances. So keep this one factor in the back of your mind. Second factor is Iran being what it is historically, it is to be a big empire. Now they would like to fight to protect their self-esteem or character of the country. The character of the country, they fight back. They don't give it up so easily. But in social media, there has been a saying going on. It's going circular and viral, and it says that 14 presidents of USA, 10 prime ministers of Israel, two queens of UK, they could not change or do anything. They could not do anything but defeat Iran, not change regime, but defeat Iran. So how can this Israel and USA during one President Donald Trump's time, how can they do it? So this is the
Yes.
kind of parallel they're drawing. What I mean to say, Iran is a strong country, but
Yes.
its economy has actually gone down significantly. But compare this with the objective of USA. USA and Israel, they are hell bent upon going in for the next attack so as to weaken its capability to make the nuclear weapons. Any country which is actually losing its self-esteem for its own protection of the country,
Yes.
they will definitely go in for the nuclear warhead. To my analysis and assessment,
Yes.
I firmly believe that they have got the nuclear warheads, Why aren't they declaring it? They should declare it openly, and thereafter there will be a changed contour of geopolitics and things will go totally, absolutely different. Last but not the least, to specifically answer your question, what strategy? Iran, as on today, is fighting for survival. That is one. Second, if you corner a cat
Yes.
within the four walls, the stage and time will come when the cat is going to pounce back. That pouncing back could be in form of 9/11. It could be in form of 7/7. It could be in form of any other terrorist attack or any other biological or chemical attack, which we may not be prepared for at our place
Major
of their
General.
choosing. So that is what one should
Yes.
be very, very dreadful of. And diplomacy and dialogue, though it is painful, time consuming, it will always pay a dividend in the long run. That's all. Thank you so much. Back to you, Asuna.
Thank you very much, Major General. With that, I would like to thank Major General Sudhakarji for sharing that deep insight on this topic. Thank you.